Discussing the controversial provisions in the new criminal amendment laws that have been passed by Parliament, and the second contentious aspect is that of defamation. Section 356 of the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita talks about whoever by words or signs makes or publishes any imputation intending to harm the reputation of a person is said to defame that person. Now the question over here is that while Supreme Court has upheld the validity of the defamation law, concerns over misuse remain. While there's no specific time limit imposed on defamation cases to be filed, also the fact that cases filed after many years may have a chilling effect on free speech. So that's the question and contention over here. Let me quickly take this across to Hitesh Jain. Hitesh Jain, the question over here is that with these so-called vague descriptions, as critics are calling them, and no time barring as well, who's to say who can file a defamation case against a person many years later even?
Well, I think, Madhav, I was listening to Siddharth and Mr. Azad and other speakers also. I think the concerns are not on the terms of the new laws or the provisions inserted in the new laws or the previous provisions also, which are to be seen in the current new laws. The concern is more on the execution and the judicial reform or the police reform, what we are talking about. Now, as far as the defamation is concerned, when you talk about chilling effects and all, but free speech, absolutely is right. But even if you look at the Constitution, first and foremost, we do not have an absolute free right of free speech. It is subject to reasonable restriction. Second, you need to take the responsibility for the free speech. And just to give you one example, where you saw the biggest violation or misuse of the law, where there was one person on the Twitter when she criticized Sharad Pawar during the Congress and the Shiv Sena government were in power in Maharashtra. The person was detained for 90 days, 100 days. I mean, she got the bail only after 90 to 100 days. So the opposition also, when they have to criticize, they have to walk the talk. In Karnataka, you criticize the government, at the drop of the hat, FIRs are filed by every day. In Kerala, other day, there was some criticism that was made. There was an FIR that were filed against Union Minister. In Chhattisgarh, same thing, the Congress government was there. The first thing they...
there are violations. No, one second, Mr. Jain, there are violations by perhaps political parties of all hues. I'm not even getting into that aspect. My question is simply this. Why not put a time bar on such a contentious provision? What could be the logic in that, Hitesh Jain?
Well, I think as far as the logic in the time or other aspects are concerned, I think as far as...
I'm losing your audio there. I'm just going to ask my team to fix your audio. I'm sorry, I apologize for interrupting. I'm going to fix your audio and come back to you. I want Sanjay Hegde to quickly respond on that point. Sanjay Hegde, do you think there is any logic on any merit in the argument that, there are other reasonable restrictions also on free speech at the end of the day? What possible logic could there be for no time bar, no limitation on filing a defamation case?
Well, there is the basic question whether defamation should be a crime at all. Most countries go on the basis that defamation is certainly a civil wrong. The remedy is damages, and you continue a civil suit. Now, to make a criminal event out of it, that is a policy decision, but it has been upheld by the Supreme Court. And the very first amendment to the Constitution also brought it in. I think that the lawmakers missed an opportunity to take defamation off the statute books, criminal defamation.
Right.
Because the idea that you can put somebody into jail for something that he said which you do not like is not the basis of free speech in a free society. Having said that, I don't think that the worst of these criminal laws, defamation is that big a crime.